What is up, winning team? It has been a crazy day, and I have to just quickly share with you all realizations I've been having. Sorry that I'm out and about. It's an extremely busy day. I actually uploaded a whole bunch of videos literally pretty much as soon as the sun rose, and I haven't even had a chance to upload them, so that tells you a lot. And I'm coming out now because I only have literally 40 minutes. I need to get some things done, and I'm still not done for the day. But anyway, so I need to talk to you guys about something. And yes, even though I've already recorded all these videos, because I had to have one of those conversations with the Lord, you know, about an hour ago. Well, I was just like, God, you know, I love you. Sometimes I don't like you. Like, I kind of been one of those, because I just realized, you guys will hear all about this because I did like a whole bunch of videos about a bunch of different topics that you're going to see, because a lot of things happened in the last 7 days, a lot, especially the last 72 hours, which hence my probably significant change in demeanor. And I just realized, you know what? I feel like I regret being so honest. And I don't regret it as in like, oh, I regret putting my business out there. But more so because this world is just freaking crazy. And I'm at a place where, because one thing I feel like that's different for me is I really have met a lot of people. And over the last 2 years, low-key, the Lord has had me doing like therapy, I feel like, for like just so many people, like, and I don't actually mind, by the way. I feel like when you're doing the things that God is asking for you to do, actually, I remember this women's conference I went to before. I remember my mouth is dry. I went to one of these women's conferences, and I remember one of the ladies there saying that sometimes in life when you're exhausted, it's because you're doing the things that God doesn't want you to do, and you're exhausted because it's not where you're supposed to be, because like He'll give you what you need for like what's for you. And I find that to be so true, because I'll be telling you guys like that oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I'm so drained, I've got nothing left to give, I don't want to speak at the end of the workday. And then I'll get a phone call like 11 p.m. and I'll literally be like on the phone with somebody till like literally 6 a.m. and they're like telling me their like deepest, darkest secrets. And I'm talking men and women from all over the world. How do I get here? I don't know. I'm not intentionally walking into these situations. Sorry about the lighting. But I don't know. People just feel really comfortable. And they always say as well, like, I just feel like I can talk to you, which actually is one of the greatest compliments ever, especially for those of us who know what it's like when you never had a safe space yourself to talk to someone. So I don't know how I'm doing it, but I'm grateful. And like I said, it doesn't actually drain me at all. At all. Although people do apologize. And again, it's always the people that you actually want to speak to you, who you actually don't mind being there for, that are the ones who actually feel guilty, and the ones who you are trying to violently defend your boundaries from, that are violently trying to cross them and drain you and be entitled. So anyway, all to say, I know everybody's skeletons. Like the stuff that doesn't get spoken about. This is why I say the stuff I say, and it's like, you know what? I'll keep everybody's information confidential, because over the last like couple of months especially, oh my goodness, guys, I can't even say, like, you know me, I don't care to say online that like this is what I'm going through or what I went through, or share like someone told me this, because obviously you guys don't know the people I'm talking about. So, you know, I don't really mind sharing, but like to the point where I feel like some of this information is just so sensitive. And it's not that I want to share it for the sake of sharing, by the way. It's to say that like I have data for like the stuff I'm saying. When I'm saying we're all just waking up and like living these fake lives and certain kinds of people are just getting away with things, and we can't talk about it because there's certain traumas that are not allowed versus others. You know what I mean? There's certain traumas that are allowed and not others, and society is very volatile. You know, we're highly delusional. This is what I'm saying. Society is actually what's crazy. Like, I'm not crazy. The only crazy I am is crazy enough to be the one to like actually put it all out there of what's actually going on, like in a much more deeper way, which I can't, like, it puts me in a state of like constant anxiety because I'm like, oh, why am I always sharing in so much detail? Like, but then it's because I really am trying to, like, I'm a believer in like practice what you preach and lead by example. So I never want to be the kind of person who suggests to you guys to do something that I'm not doing. And so that's why it's not my preference, but I feel like it's my duty in a way, because somebody's got to do it at some point. Like, somebody's got to like blow the whistle, somebody's got to like pop the balloon, somebody's got to call out the elephant, and somebody's got to burn that stupid carpet we keep sweeping everything under. So if it means putting myself on the line, so be it. If it means airing out my dirty laundry, so be it. Anyway, so I have been told so many secrets by people from everywhere, of all ages, and everyone has been through something heinous, like heinous. I'm not just saying like the stuff that's societally acceptable to say out loud. I'm talking about, like, because sometimes I'm like, I can't believe what I, like, obviously in the moment, it's so funny how in the moment I'm obviously focused and, you know, I don't know, I'm good at, like, you know, having control over my emotions and remaining calm, because that's what people always say, you're such a calming presence, which is quite funny because I'm actually a very chaotic person, highly chaotic when it comes to my own emotions. But so it's always like in the aftermath. So I spend a lot of time just sitting and thinking, like, out in nature, which unfortunately I haven't had time to do today, which is a good thing because it's actually been a really productive day. Because that's kind of the point of these videos you guys are going to hear, where this life we're living and this world we're in, this is just all fake, and everybody's like, we're all sick. Everybody's sick. Nobody's healed, and everybody's guilty. Let's put it like that. Everybody is sick, nobody's healed, and everybody's guilty. And it's so funny how often I talk about that scripture in Matthew 9 from Jesus. The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few, you know. But the bit before it, where it says Jesus went around teaching in the synagogues, healing the sick, delivering people, and it says he looked out upon the people and he saw they were hopeless and helpless like sheep without a shepherd. And he says his heart was filled with compassion. And I think that's the thing that is like really difficult for me to communicate when I'm getting so upset about everything, is that my heart is genuinely broken on everybody's behalf. And I think the reason I get so upset, I come across so like passionately, is because I've seen so many stories, like I've heard so many stories by both adults and children. Obviously I work with kids and I've seen the horrors of it all from where I'm from, and obviously, you know, where I pay more attention because I don't know, I'm just not the type of person that, well, I don't know, the Bible says do everything as unto the Lord, but then also, like, the closer you are to him, that's why you don't say these prayers like, God, give me a heart like yours, because then you start caring a bit too much about everything. And you know, I'm happy for it because it makes me happy to think, like, it actually makes my life worth living to think that anybody ever felt safe enough to talk through whatever they're going through in their life with me, like, and that they found it helpful and whatever. And it makes me really happy when I see people who are like, when you see like the release off of them. Like, it's really something so beautiful of just something they've been carrying like forever, and like something that you just would never want to tell anyone. And literally, you know, this is why when I say that God, a lot of people praying to God for help for all these spiritual gifts, it's like, if God was to share the types of secrets he shares with me about people, and that people share with me about themselves, if I was to go on an expose and do like a lot of people do and have a whole 20-part TikTok series or whatever, just slamming everybody, or even share as much information as people have shared about me, guys, I have way more information than everybody else. Like, even anybody else who could come for me from my own past, like, I've got way more information about everybody else than anybody has about me. Hold on one second. Yeah, you know, it's been a serious day when I actually ate a full meal earlier, and I'm leaving because I need something, like either something caffeinated or something, because I'm not done yet. I've still got hours to go. But I'm doing it. Like, the thing is, when I feel like I'm doing something meaningful, then I can dig deep. When I actually ate a proper normal size meal today, in the middle of the day, because I normally, even when I do, it'd be at like 11, like 1, because I'm still not going to sleep for another 3 hours anyway. You know it's serious. Yeah, I just feel like, you know, I don't know, it's really heartbreaking. My heart really breaks, because I think that one of the smartest things that the devil has done has gotten us all to live in shame. And it goes all the way back to Adam and Eve, you know, where it's like, because even myself, like, I was kind of having one of those moments myself. This is where I went there with the Lord, and I was kind of saying to him, like, God, I know you're not about to let the kingdom of darkness make me feel bad in this season for like what I'm going through when I'm giving everything for my faith. So I don't know, you need to send extra angels, please. Send every extra angel. And in fact, these stubborn demons, I started calling, I was like, Lord, if they don't leave me alone now, I pray that whatever you were going to do, that you would do it 100 times worse. Like, and I've never got to that point in my life when I've started to pray like that about the demons, because I was like, I've had enough. I've had so much enough. I'm not going to be made to feel bad in this season, in this life we're living in, right? For trying to actually free the people, right? Because I'm actually hearing everybody's stories. And I'm so sorry that it's not just a little news thing, a little fun story that's happening on the news that I'm going to get all invested in for like 3 weeks and then forget about and go back to my life. Because go back to what life? Go back to what life? There's so many situations that I'm in. Like when I was in hospital. You have all these people fighting for you. You want to make sure that you're okay. For what? I'm going to leave these hospital doors into this same world here. And I realized something. It's not even that I'm crazy. It's just that I just don't try to pretend I'm not. That was the conclusion I came to today. I feel like everybody is so good at holding together and holding in everything. And it's because I get it. Everything I'm saying, that's probably why a lot of you are here, like who are here. Goodness me. That can't be good. Lord, we pray that whoever's in that ambulance, you will heal them in Jesus' name, because that's intense. And I don't feel good about that at all. At all. Especially because this town that I'm in, hold on a minute. And it's the irony, me here now praying, yeah? Like, what world are they coming back out into anyway? But nevertheless, you guys know, I'm never going to wish, I don't wish well. There's a group of people actually do believe deserve immediate castration. By the way, I want to do it myself. I want to keep making it clear. I'm not waiting. I don't want to have no whatever prison guards. No. I will purchase my Japanese knives with my free will. And I will do it with my bare hands. Immediate castration. But anyway, you know, I'm like, oh, it's that time of the day, isn't it? It's so intense. Like, the spiritual energy space is so intense. You know what this reminds me of? In One Piece, yeah? No, not One Piece. Different anime. Which anime was that? What anime was that? Was that Attack on Titan? No, it wasn't. It was Gachio Okuta. You guys should watch that anime. It's really, really good. Won't get into it. But there was a character on there, and he had a power where he could hear people's thoughts, anybody's thoughts within like a certain distance, like 100-meter radius. And so he would always have headphones on and be listening to music because it'd be too intense for him to hear everybody's thoughts at the same time. And so that's how they eventually defeated him, because he was one of the villains. They just overwhelmed him so that he went crazy hearing everybody. That's what I feel like being around people. I feel like I can feel absolutely everybody's energy all at the same time. So it's quite overwhelming, you know, it's quite overwhelming. But yeah, it's like, you know what, guys, it's just so sad. Like, I've had such a change of heart, and I've like been all up in, like, I can't even begin to tell you what I got up to the last 3 days. Some of it I'm not going to say. A lot of it I've already started telling you guys about in the videos from earlier. And I just realized, oh my gosh, Matthew 9. They looked around the people and they were like hopeless and helpless, like sheep without a shepherd. And what did he come to do? To teach, to heal, and to deliver us. You know what I mean? So that's why I was calling out to God earlier. I was like, God, oh, absolutely not. You know what? I got to that point where I was like, no, enough of this. Enough of this. If you need to send extra angels, send them. And demons, if you're not scared enough, I'm going to start praying for your punishments to be worse the longer you stay around. The hell did Jesus die for? Excuse me, exactly what he did die for, so I never have to go there. So like, on any of us. And it's really sad, because it all goes back to the garden still at the end of the day. Like, if you think about it, it all goes back to the garden. Like, we as humans, we're just so consistent with our behavior. We sinned, we did the wrong thing, we have to pay the consequences, and as a result, as soon as we did it, God didn't have to say anything for us to immediately want to cover ourselves, which, by the way, this is something I feel very passionate about as well, this whole idea of clothing. Because I've told you I've had so many issues to do with clothing, because I'm a very just warm person, always hot, always like literally burning hot. Like, I'll ask people, they'd be like, the dead of winter, like, how are you out in like t-shirts and shorts? I'll be like, literally, touch me, like touch my face. So, whoa, you're like boiling. I'm like, I know. You know? So clothing for me is such an inconvenience. And I'm not somebody that sexualizes naked bodies at all. I've noticed a lot of people do. I don't. I could probably walk past somebody that was naked and not really even notice. And so just the fact that we're in a state where there's even has to be conversations of things like modesty. This is how much we have to cover up in this life. I have to wear clothing. I have to cover my body. You know what I mean? And it's just a body. It's just a body, like, at the end of the day. Like, this is one of those where I'm just like, everyone just grow up. Like, respectfully, like, let's just grow up. It's just a body. Like, it's not that big of a thing, you know? But in this world it is, because, you know, we cover up. And to think that it all started then with Adam and Eve, and they were just there happily naked in paradise. That is the dream. Like, this is why I also like to spend time with God, because I don't have to wear any clothing at all. Do you know how much I love that? I don't have to wear any clothing at all. I can be there enjoying myself during the Sabbath, right? Nice and cold of the indoors in my underwear. And guess what? God doesn't care, because I don't have to hide away from him. I don't have to worry about him, because it's just my body. And there's nothing about it. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's God, so he's not going to sexualize me, but also he's God, so I don't feel uncomfortable. And like, I know that sounds weird. It's going to sound weird to everybody, and that's your problem. I'm just telling you, that's your own business. That's your own business. And again, your own issues. And I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm just saying, like, because a lot of things I've realized that people have said to me, this is one of the realizations that have been happening. There is a lot of projecting that goes on. A lot of project. This is actually a really nice pub. They got really nice food here, and I don't know why I never come here. I'm gonna, like, one of these days when it's too hot, I'm not in the mood, I'll come to this pub actually, because they've got really nice outdoor seating, and I'll have myself a little pub lunch to myself. You know, that'll be nice. I haven't been here in years, and it's literally like a couple minutes from where I live. Yeah, and so I just feel like, and I know how it's going to sound, but I don't have time to like coddle people's feelings anymore. A lot of it is a projection. Like I said, a lot of it is a projection. Like, oh, you want to go out of the house like that? That must be because you want attention. You think I want attention because you want attention. I want to be cool enough. I want to just be cool. I don't want to be sweating. I don't want to be taking 3 showers a day because I hate, the moment I feel like a drop of sweat in my body, I'm like, immediately shower. So that's why it also annoys me. And then I end up having just a lot of laundry. So it literally is hell for me. Like, wearing clothing is literally hell for me. And it all was because of that, all because we had to have our eyes opened. We would never even have known these feelings or these thoughts, because I feel like if we could just, it's the thing about when people tell me about certain things, yeah, and I'm like, it's their reaction afterwards to me just being like, okay, like, not a big deal, like, and I feel like that's what makes it okay, because it's just like, okay, like, I don't see you any differently, like, I don't feel any differently about you. Obviously, I'm deeply, like, heartbroken on your behalf, and, like, I am hugely sympathize, because, you know, I can't imagine some of the things I've heard, especially because I'm only me and living in my experience from my lens. And that's what makes me sad about how we are as humans when it comes to how we are, when it comes to things like how we love people, that we're just not good. Like, this is going to come up a lot, by the way, in the videos I talked about everything from Mr. Beast to Maverick City to would you rather take 10 minutes of Jesus or $1 billion? There was a lot that happened to what actually happened over the last 72 hours, because some of the things that I did, you guys aren't going to believe that I did them, because you're going to be like, well, you literally have been saying this, and I'm like, yeah, I know. One of the things that's been sticking out to me is just, we're so bad at loving. Like, we're so bad at love, because it shouldn't be that hard to just, like, love people for who they are and accept them for who they are, and, like, believe that maybe they are actually doing their best. And I don't mean in the way that we do in society about, like, oh, I'm going to make the excuse, I'm never going to take accountability, because accountability is step one. You know, accountability is step one. Why do I feel like there's something wet on me? Anyway, take accountability, you know what I mean? Take accountability, because if we don't, like, there's these things that they're just like barriers, right? And you can feel it, you know, like, you can feel it. Because one of the things I was talking about is how I couldn't understand how this girl just couldn't, for the life of her, she was playing a game and she couldn't humble herself in the game to lie, because it's like, it would be like me playing a game against, I don't know, okay, let's say I'm in a team game and it's me and a whole bunch of people, right? And it's a game of like, yeah, say it's like a traitors kind of game, right? And it would be like, the smart move would be for me to lie because I'm a traitor, for example. And obviously for me to win the game, that's what I have to do. But then my own trauma outside of the game, bearing in mind I'm going to get money from this game, my pride is so heavy that I can't bring myself to, like, lie. So say that I get accused of something by somebody else and it's something I don't want to be associated with, but not just to do with the game, but to do with my childhood trauma as well as playing into it, or my life trauma. So now, even though I'm in a game and it's about money, and the smart move would be to just lie, I don't have the humility to do it. Like, and that's one of the things, because I gave an example of somebody doing this. And I just think, this is so stupid. Like, this, what we're doing is so stupid, and it's sad. It's sad that we fight so hard with these, like, barriers of things we just can't let go of, right? We just can't let go. And we should be able to. Oh, that is so precious. There's this little girl on her bike and she's got the flipping, I'm going to go the other way so she can have all this pathway to herself. She's got, what are they called? They're called stabilizers. It's so cute. On a little pink bicycle. I'm so happy when I see the kids just playing outside. Like, there's another little boy who's playing football, and the kids around here on some of these trees, they made a swing. They got some rope and some of the sticks, and they be at that swing. They be always at that swing. So wholesome. And it's a nice little patch because the houses surround it there. So, like, literally everybody can see everything. So anyway, I'll leave them. I'll go this direction. But yeah, it just makes me sad because I look at things and I'm like, guys, we could really simplify things, and we really let the devil run crazy in our lives by making us hide away, feel like we're the only person going through things, because like it's to the point where I'm getting told the same exact story. I almost have enough data to have my own scientific research. I'm basically at the point where I could say there's like certain things I've heard at least like 50 times in the same type of thing, and it's like heinous things, like people telling me, I don't want to give examples again. I really feel, even like this, I'm saying I've gone to like another level emotionally. It's so funny. I don't know how, well, actually I do know how it happened, and I don't know that I'll be able to tell you guys on YouTube. You know, them ones where when I don't feel like I can share it with you guys on YouTube, you know it's something that's really hard for me to do. But I just feel like, even though no one's going to know anything, I just don't even want to, I don't want to say anything about like literally anything in a weird way, because it's just like, I just feel so hard for everyone at the moment, and I just feel so sad that like these are the things that are happening, and it's annoying because like as a society what we do is we all say we're all shocked about things that are happening, that are clearly happening, right? We're all shocked about things that are clearly happening because we keep hearing examples. It's like, oh, how are there predators? How is there this? How is there serial killers? How are, how is there people still, doing this or doing that, right? And we're all shocked about it. And then it's like, but guys, and this is where I go with the Lord. I'm like, look at your own life. If you need the proof, you don't need the freaking scientific research. If you can actually humble yourself and actually face everything like head on, look at your own life. Are you really that surprised? And I feel like we want to be surprised because we don't want to believe that the world is actually how it actually is. But guys, the world is how it actually is. This is the world we're living in, and we're not doing any favors to anyone, not to ourselves. No, we're not doing anyone any favors, right, by sweeping things under the carpet. Because I'm thinking, if everybody could have conversations with each other like the way I have conversations with people, right, like the ones I'm talking about, we would all be actually like being freed. Because like I said before, it's such a powerful thing to like just, especially listening to somebody talking or sharing something. And it's always like, when the moment when they're like about to say something that they've never said to anybody ever, and there's just that moment of like, whoa, this has just got serious, right? And then once you like go past that point, it's just like the feeling of me going from when I was just indoors, like stuck in my computer, to walking outside and like the fresh cold air coming into my nostrils and like filling my lungs and like bringing my body temperature down and slowing my breathing, and just like all of a sudden, like where I was all hot and bothered and like I need to get out, I need oxygen, I'm feeling tense, I'm feeling annoyed, like I'm feeling like the walls are like crashing in on me, and I'm like, overwhelmed, I've got a headache, my body's just tense. And then I just step outside, and then it's just like, that's why I was like, I have to get outside before I go back to what I'm doing, because I need to just to like to know that like it's really doable. And I guess I'm going to upload those videos. I think I'll probably upload this one first, even though I have another intro. By the way, I'll say this again in case you don't watch the intro of the other one. When these videos come up from now onwards, I'm not going to be explaining the fact that there's context in every video for the other videos. I don't make videos that are by themselves. All my videos are one long thought track. It's like it's almost like my diary, but it's not, because I'm making it intentionally talking to you guys. It's one long thought track. So I'm not going to be to blame if you are not caught up to date. That's what I'm basically saying. Oh, look at that. I'm not going to be to blame if you're not caught up to date. That's your business, and you're not keeping up, because I can't say everything I need to say in every single video. So I just want to clarify that here in case you don't watch that intro. That's one of the things I decided as of today I'm not doing anymore. And I'm also not allowing people to try and like, I'm not babysitting anymore. I'm like I said, I'm more than happy to help people. Like, and that's why I've been saying to God, like, where are the people who are actually ready? Because it's not that I don't like people. I don't like people who don't take the step that is so easily there to take. And that's the crazy part about Jesus, is choosing him and receiving him is like the easiest step, but then what comes next is the harder part. Whereas with the world, the hard part is actually being here. But it's easier because that degree of hard, it's almost easier to stay enslaved. And I talk about this as well, because I talk about, this season and just stuff, because I've been making phone calls, I've been having confrontations like with people I've been trying to avoid confrontations with. Like, yeah, it's been serious. I spent like the whole weekend talking to people on the phone, like, and not in the types of ways I'm talking about like with you guys, well, not mostly, like serious conversations I didn't want to have. And I've been praying from like, well, months if not years, Lord, please let me never have to have this conversation. And well, we've been having them. And I do feel empowered in a way, because I realized I just got to the point where whatever anybody has to say, like, I can just see everybody. I can see, and you know what's funny? Whenever I look at people, I always can see like them as a child, and it's so weird. Like, even grown adults. That's why I say adults are just kids, because it's like I can almost see the kid within you. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's just like a me thing. I don't know. Probably some of you guys will understand where I'm coming from. Maybe it's like a spiritual thing. And it just makes it makes my heart like, it makes my heart warm, as opposed to like anything. And so it's just so annoying when it's like, we can just like, you know, I'm really in the fields of it all. We could really just, and that's why I guess I've noticed that this really isn't a safe space. And me saying that and me talking about it about myself, it's a good thing. It's actually a good thing that I have, because it isn't a safe space. And I've never, and I also want to make this clear, because I don't make it clear enough, but those of you who've been here for long enough know, when I'm sharing things and I'm talking about stuff, the only reason I talk about me, because I don't really like to talk about me, believe it or not. And some people are going to be like, there's no way, you're so self-absorbed, you're like the main character. I'm like, no. If I had to talk about other people, I'd be sharing other people's business. If I was going to be giving examples. So if I'm going to be able to give examples of what I'm talking about, or if I'm going to have to demonstrate this whole journey, I have to either choose between always using somebody else, because that's what a lot of people do. That's what a lot of people do in the church and the world. You know, they'll talk about stuff. It's always case study over there, case study over there. What I went through with the Lord 15, 20, 30 years ago when I got saved. It's never like the now, and it's never like the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know what I mean? It's just skip past the ugly. And it's like, well, the ugly is the bit you have to get through. Like I always use the example of being in the Olympics. That race, if you say you're on a race, or you're like a swimmer, or like you're playing, I don't know, tennis or whatever, that competition is such a small amount of time you spend in that winning moment. And you got there for all the work you did all these years, probably, maybe even seasons where you qualified for the world's, the Diamond League and whatever. You didn't make it, you had to wait another 4 years. Like, that's where the power is, guys. That's where it is. It's there. It's in going through the journey. So by being like, oh, like with Christians, oh, like back when I was a sinner, like back in the day. No. God has got more into detail on exactly what was happening there and how you actually got out. And that's a big failing, I feel like, with the church where, and again, it's because I think people are in shame. Like, you're ashamed. And so I almost feel more liberated just by the thought that I'm so glad that I just actually kind of just say stuff. I'm kind of glad that I like embarrass myself all the time. I'm always being humbled. I have to come onto here and be like, guys, I'm so sorry. Guys, I think the way I've been speaking about this topic maybe wasn't the best. In a way, I'm glad about it, because I don't even have the choice to hide in shame in a way, because it's just all out there. It's just all out there. So I'm kind of forced to deal with stuff. But then because I'm forced to deal with it, that means I end up becoming free. And I do feel free. And I think about this when I'm like out at nighttime, you know, and everyone's all like, you shouldn't be out because you're... And I'm like, listen, I'm out. And when I'm out at nighttime, I don't talk about this because, again, I don't really like to share my happy moments with people because this is not a safe space. Guys, I listen to such happy music. Like at the moment, I've been listening to K-pop. I found my little corner of K-pop. I'm listening to K-pop. I'm listening to love songs, and it's cold. And I am literally and I just feel free. I feel free because like I don't have to like be worried. I don't have to be hiding in shame, hiding away. You know what I mean? I just feel free. Like I feel light. This is why I say to you guys, I don't like to have so much to eat all the time and have so much weight in my body, because I like to be able to just move my body and like and whatever. Like right now, I'm outside. If I wanted to, I could just do whatever I want with my body, and I feel light. Like, and it's not like light is in like weight wise. I mean, light is in like spiritually and emotionally. And when I look at how heavy everybody looks, I think it's no wonder everybody's so comfortable. Like, and I keep going back to the food, but that's because I do think Brexit is hit in this country. The standards have definitely gone significantly down across the board. Like, even with the places that are not like supermarkets and stuff, like you guys know I tried to do those. Even there, those standards have like dropped. And I know there's certain laws and stuff that have changed. Like I mentioned before, the government says all wheat in this country must now be fortified, whatever that's supposed to mean, stuff like that. So then even if you're does that mean if I go and find a lovely like little cottage farm and I am going to buy their produce, that they still have to do that as well? What if what if I, with my free will, and them with their free will, we're both happy to exchange? Does that mean you're adding yet another chain of slavery onto my life and to this? Because what if we're okay? Because I'm supposed to be an adult and have free will, right? So I should be able to eat from whatever I want to eat and take whoever's whatever I want. What if I don't want the produce stuff? And again, I find it fascinating how people defend, oh, you can't have this because it's unpasteurized. And I'm just like, bro, we're all dying. Like, we're all dying. And I started to realize, I think people really just have accepted, and this is the thing I can't do, that this standard of living we're all doing is good enough. That like, at least you made it to tomorrow. At least you woke up and your bills are paid and the people you care about are looked after. At least the sun is shining today. At least you have 2 days off, or really one day, because let's all be honest, the weekend doesn't exist, because you have at least one day that's going to be like things you got to do, chores, people you got to catch up with, other stuff you didn't do, like all the other adulting tasks you didn't have time to do during the week, and then you're still kind of preparing on the other day. So really, we don't really have a break if you really think about it. But we've just accepted that this is how it has to be. We've just accepted that, like, yeah, we're all just going to live in shame and we're just going to live as slaves, and we just don't have to. And like, I just don't know what I have to do in this life. Like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong where I just can't communicate this message well enough, or and I actually think it's a combination of both. People are really still not ready, and like that just breaks my heart, because I'm just like, God, when are we going to be ready? When are we going to be ready? It's all well and good us like taking down this and taking down that and calling out the corrupt governments and corruption and whatever, but if we're just going to circle back to the same bad habits as we have done literally since Genesis 3, then what's the point? If when the next thing happens and the next enemy arises and the next season of the kingdom of darkness happens, we're just going to fall back into the same habits, then what's the point? What's the point? At a certain point, it's like, and this is why sometimes I think God doesn't, someone said this once, one of these people of God I listened to said this once, that sometimes God leaves you in your situation, right? Because it's safer for you there. Especially when he's specifically talking about demons, because he was saying that the Bible talks about how when a demon, because obviously when demons are in your life, are in you or around you or were in your life, whatever. I still don't know exactly how I would describe the existence of demons, because to me, it's like they feel like they're just everywhere. And I feel like if we could see the spiritual world for real, I think we would realize that we are immersed in a sea of demons. That's what I believe. That's what it feels like, because I feel like I experience them everywhere, like around me. And it's not even terrifying anymore, honestly. It's just like, okay, here we go again. This is why I was having these conversations with God, because I was like, God, I've had enough. These people need to back up. I'm getting sick of this. Get out of my face. You know what I mean? Trying to all get up in my space and all that. And just like humans. And it's like, he was saying that sometimes, God leaves you in a situation that you're in. This is what I'm saying, guys. It's not that I hate all men and women of God. Do you notice I quote a lot of the lessons I've learned along the way? There are many good men and women of God, but they're always there's no one's ever they're always got really small platforms, or no one's really listening to them. Like even my favorite woman, the one I say I listen to every morning, I don't know how this woman who uploads every single day powerful messages, and it's always a prophetic message God wanted me to share with you guys this morning, and it's always at least spot on for me, as in I ask God something that she obviously doesn't know. She lives in Florida, And then she says it exactly the answer to and I'm just like, how, and I look at her channel, I'm like, how has she only got 70,000 subscribers? She's literally pouring out gold. Like, she's one of those people that reminds me that I'm nowhere near where I need to be as like a woman. That's why I would never refer to myself as a woman of God. She is a woman of God. I'm not a woman of God. I don't know what I am. I'm just a daughter of the Lord. That's what I would describe myself as. Let's just stay there and let's just stay humble, because she's doing the damn thing. I can't even keep up with doing it daily uploads anymore, because I'm busy going through it. So I was like, how's she only got? So they always got small platforms, and they're always in these pockets. And again, because it's the world, no one really wants to hear. And the Bible tells us people are haters of the truth, because the Bible says you shall know the truth shall set you free. Listen, guys, we're still going through the skin story arc, and just don't even ask about it. And this is also for the people, because a lot of people would always be like, your skin's always perfect. And I'm like, actually, it's not. Because sometimes, especially when I'm going through emotional things, my skin suffers. Like, I've got a bit of eczema on my arms as well at the moment. On one arm, actually. Just a little bit. And it's always when I'm stressed that I get that it pops up. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is how I've learned my own body. And I don't just go to the doctor for them to say, oh, you've got this. Oh, we're going to prescribe it. Because why is it always when I'm extremely stressed? If I'm really stressed, I'll start getting like little rashes on my hands, like on the top of my fingers. And they'll just be small. You won't really even be able to tell. That's when I know I'm stressed. And it's just like, these people are there. But anyways, yeah, he was saying that sometimes God will leave the demons there and he won't even help us, because we're actually safer. Because the Bible says that once you cast out a demon, right, especially if it's inside of you, if it sees that the house is still like empty and whatever, because obviously, like I said, demons see our bodies as houses, and we are seen as the temple of God. That's why we're the temple, because we're a dwelling place, right? If the demon is gone, and we haven't like got ourselves anchored and prepared to actually protect our temple, i.e. with the like armor of God, the helmet of salvation, your breastplate of righteousness, your belt of truth, your shoes that spread the gospel of peace, sword of the spirit, shield of faith. If you're not strong enough to defend your like temple, then it says, that it doesn't, I'm putting two scriptures together. The Bible says the demon will come back with 7 more demons, because they're like, oh, last time what we did wasn't good enough, so we need to like do more, because how did you get out of this? And so sometimes God is leaving us where we're at, and we're asking, but he's like, but you're not even prepared for what it takes. When this is why I'm saying we can't afford. It's like when a demon might come into your life for whatever reason, but what's the point of you opening that door and asking it to leave if when it knocks you're going to open the door again? That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about healing and deliverance. It's not about people. It's not about anybody else. It's about you. It's about you and your own self. And that's why, and so, that's why I'm like, there's no use us focusing on just absolutely everything except from that. There's no use us just playing, sweeping things under the carpet, trying to be overly gracious. Like, it doesn't help the demons, because the demons will be punished. That's why I switched up my prayer today. I was like, the heck? I would never pray that about a human, by the way, because the Bible says like we're praying. I would only ever, and you guys have seen it, I only ever pray for salvation and for my enemies. That's all I pray for them, and that's my only contribution to them. They're not going to be in my life because I can't afford to let them help me fumble the bag. What I will do is I will absolutely pray. I will pray for you from a distance. But then I thought, but we're talking about demons, so why did I never think about demons? And I never felt like I wanted to pray for my enemies. So my problem has always been I kind of always felt empathy for people anyway. That's why people are like, you're probably dealing with unforgiveness. I'm like, trust me, the only person I don't know how to forgive is myself. That was kind of what led to me making this video just now, actually, because I was sitting there, I was thinking, the more I hear about what people are actually doing behind the scenes, like the things I'm beating myself up for, why would I be beating myself up so hard, But anyway. And so, yeah, guys, like we need to do the work, basically, is what I'm saying. Because if we don't have the tools, we don't have the armor, if we don't have the lessons learned, like if we don't face the truth of, okay, well, why is this thing here in the first place? That's why I always ask the demons, even when they're just around, I'm like, why are you here? Like when I can feel their presence, I'm like, why are you here? And they never answer. Because they know. That's what's the crazy part. They will answer other questions like what their name is, what and they'll try and trick me and all of this. The second I ask what their name is, how they got here, they don't answer. I'm like, God, what level of strength, like spiritual strength, I need to get to where these people are forced to answer me? You know, and that's because they know. Once I figure out, they know why I'm asking. They know that I'm asking because if I know how they got here, I'm going to make sure they don't come back, because I'm going to bolt that door shut, and I'm going to know exactly what door to bolt shut. And that's why they behave so mysteriously, and that's why they want us to hide them away, because then we can't deal with them. Because the second we address that they're there and we address them head on, this is why people are like, I'm dealing with my demons. No one's dealing with their freaking demons on this planet. Can I be so honest? I don't think anybody's healed at all. There are type of people I've heard say, I'm healed, I'm healed. I think it's all the people who think they're the most healed or the most unhealed, if you ask me, in actuality, a lot of the time. But yeah, so anyways, unfortunately I have to, well, not unfortunately, I've already uploaded so many videos today, like I've said enough. But you know, I just really felt like I had to say something, because me and God, we just had a moment earlier, and I was just thinking about how insane everything is. And so anywho, you guys, my phone's about to die, which is a good thing, because I have to go inside and I've got things to do. So if life's a game, let's play to win. I hope you hear my heart, guys. God loves you. I love you. And I'll see you in my next one.